All right, boys.
Bro, take this in. I just thought of a crazy moment. We're in San Francisco. I was shooting a conference. I got hired to go out there and do photos and stuff. And I saw some guy. I was wearing the Rory and Mal sweater. And the guy was like, "Oh, I love your sweater." And I'm like, "Yeah, we opened up for those guys and shit."
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I work with a platform called HipHopGuru." And he's like, "Oh, I know that platform."
Damn.
All the way in San Francisco.
That's
so
crazy,
sick, bro. That's like the influence.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I'm saying. This guy's killing it, bro.
Damn.
No, that's this guy.
Yeah, bro.
Yo!
Nerds.
About to pop off.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Nüvida. Let's talk. Today, we're honored to have two guests. We have Alex, the founder of one of the fastest growing music and media platforms in North America, the Hip Hop Guru. Alex is a true visionary, and his influence extends far beyond the realms of music. From discovering rising stars to interviewing some of the biggest stars in the world, such as Jessie Reyes, St. John, Shawn, Desman, Dax, and many more. This guru isn't just part of the culture, he's helping define it. And then secondly, a fan favorite, we all know, Tennis Club. One of the guys who has mastered the arts of visuals, storytelling, music creation, our most reoccurring guest, and now one of Alex's partners in the Hip Hop Guru. So thanks, guys, yo. I know it's a lengthy interview, but I know the people hearing are amped right now.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Man, I'm gonna blush. That was the nicest thing ever. I
Right?
appreciate that.
Of course. But no, like what you guys are doing is
I'm blushing, bro. I'm sitting
Oh.
beside you. This is crazy.
No, what you guys are doing is different, bro. It's making a real impact, so it's important. Let's start with how you guys know each other, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, man.
So we grew up on the same street, No. And then we've been connected on social media for a couple of years, and then recently we had this opportunity. John came to me with about interviewing Shawn Desman,
Yeah.
and it was just it was too good to be true, So then John completely put it together, did everything, and then all I did was show up, and it was amazing. And then
You
since
nailed the
then-
interview, by the way. Sean told me that's one of his favorite interviews. So
Oh man, that's
congrats.
amazing to
Great
hear.
job, yeah.
And
That's
that,
huge.
that's a big thing, because that's one of those artists too that I grew up listening to, and that's also the first artist that he ever
Yeah,
interviewed.
crazy full circle moment,
Yeah.
right? So as you guys know, I used to blog, right? So the first interview I ever did was Shawn Desman. So crazy full circle moment to have one of my friends and now partner interview Shawn Desman. So that was crazy.
That was a super fluid interview, man. It was like we knew each other for years, and it was
Yeah,
just,
It was a
really
great
cool.
conversation. You guys were just flowing. It's yeah, exactly. Seemed like you guys known each other for years, right?
And you know what the funny thing is with that one too, is going so well. I had like the interview questions like scripted, so that it was like question then the follow up, then the follow up.
Yeah.
And he was just answering the questions like as it was like written on the paper. So I was like, damn, this is
He
going.
already
so
knew what
perfectly.
you were gonna ask.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
was
was
perfect.
Crazy.
amazing.
How long does it take you usually to prep for something like that?
So for interview preps, I try to go with like watching interviews and then reading interviews and seeing how people respond, just so that I could like respond to their energy, so that it's the most comfortable for them. Just as like if I were to watch it, how I would envision wanting to watch something, because it's a long. We're in this era where it's like TikTok videos are short, so it's like keeping somebody's attention for a long period of time. You just have to come correct and really kind of do your thing. So as I have no background in journalism, I tried to just do something that would really bring the best possible thing to make everybody
Like as a
comfortable.
fan,
Exactly. Yeah.
What's the thing you find hard about research?
Thing to find hard about research. Sometimes a lot of information isn't online, so I'll try to find something that's like a key token about somebody and like personal to them. Like we interviewed Toby as well, and then there was like in one of his vlog videos there was a part where he has a book, and then he gets some of the fans to sign it and put their like most memorable and like meaningful moments in life, and like when I brought it up to him when he went for the interview, he was like, damn, how did you know? And then he pulled it out of the back pocket.
Wow.
So that was really cool.
That was he was getting emotional and shit. It was a really good moment, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's excellent at interviews, bro. Go.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man,
amazing, bro.
appreciate
And
that, bro.
it's a sit down, right?
Yeah.
Episode 22.
Yeah, we just released
That's
the
dope,
22nd episode with Lavish. Yeah, that was cool.
Is it like do you find it's hard to stay consistent, or how are you able to like attract these guests and build this podcast?
Like I never really wanted to even be on camera, because so for the first 5 years I didn't want to show my face. I just wanted the brand to kind of build as respect of what it is. So every interview we do, I learn to get more comfortable just being that I'm not good with the camera. I'm not going to lie, you know? So it's just like understanding how being in a spot and understanding that, you know, these cameras are rolling, but just to know that it's a natural conversation and, you know, forget that the cameras are there, forget that there's other people in the room, and then just have an honest conversation with people and know that since I'm being given their time, I have to use it to the best of my abilities, and it's the same vice versa.
Yeah. No, it's dope, bro. It's sick. It's like we're kind of in the same lane there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man.
So like we're learning as you're speaking too, you know, which is super
Yeah,
dope
yeah.
about the collaboration. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I appreciate
sure.
it. And
Yeah.
also, full circle moment, the first interview this guy ever did was with Mac Miller, you know, and that was, talk about that one a little bit.
Oh no, it wasn't the first interview I ever did.
No?
It was
Oh, sorry, the second
Shawn
one, right?
Desman was the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one,
second
obviously,
one.
as I just said. But yeah, I did the interview with Mac Miller. It was at Government, right? It was
Yeah.
at Government, and
Shout out government.
funny enough,
Crazy place.
this guy said he was at the concert, just in the audience as a fan. So it's like
Yo,
the stars are just aligning everywhere. You feel me?
Yeah.
literally insane. Like, that was one of the first I think that was the first concert I ever went to with friends.
That's crazy.
And man, I was a huge, you know, rest in peace, Mac Miller, huge
Yeah,
fan of
goat.
Mac Miller. And, you know, during that era, you know, Nike's on my feet, kid, Decipher
Oh, man.
complete, you know.
Senior
just-
skip day.
Oh, man.
Did you guys find
Don't
there was
mind if
something
I
that
do.
pulled you guys together? Like,
I think just a mutual respect, to be honest. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We kind of have this same vision. We're interested in the same stuff. Yeah, just a mutual respect. I did my thing over here. He did his thing over here. And we're like, now we're just like, every day, you're the GOAT. No, you're the GOAT. You're a legend.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, chill.
Yeah.
You're a legend. You know? Like,
No, but you need that though. And like in
Yeah.
a city this big, it's like, what's the chance? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like your first, like, I mean, not
Yeah.
your first interview, but like you're interviewing Mac Miller. He's at the concert, bro. And like
yeah.
X amount of years after you both put in the work and the nitty gritty, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
like meet, quote
Yeah,
unquote.
it's crazy,
It's
man.
fucking dope, man.
Hey, man.
Everything, you know, it's the biggest thing for me is respect, you know. So to respect the people around you, and, you know, there's things that I can't do, and he has much more of a perspective on everything because he's done more than me, you know. So it's like,
Nah, come
and
on.
but no,
You've done more.
You're the goat. But you can't do everything by yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
you're only
real.
as good as the people around you, and having a good team will literally make you go. It doesn't matter how good you are at doing something. If you don't have the right people around you, you'll never excel, and you'll stay stagnant. You know, you'll just
Okay.
be stuck. And
Was it hard for you to like let go of some responsibilities, like as you were first building this platform? Like, because I know like you want it to be a certain way. You're like obsessed with like how it looks.
I'm gonna cut you off there. That's how I've really been like that. I've been learning in the last few years. Like, no, like if you want to really go take it to the next level, you actually have to have a team and be around other people. You know, you
Dope,
can only
yeah.
get so far by yourself. You know what I
straight
mean?
up, because everybody wants to say that they did it from the ground up by themselves, but
It's never the case.
it's never the case. There's always other people there, you know. But if you don't love and respect the people around you, then how are people gonna respect you to do anything farther down? Because you're gonna say, "Oh, it was only me," and then
Yeah,
you're
that's
gonna feel
crazy.
neglected, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
have resentment, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
not want to be there, and it's gonna be toxic, and then I'm gonna punch this guy in the face, you know? Fucking-
Yeah.
And then that's it. He's calling me a cunt, and then here we are.
I want to start here. Do you remember a moment where you had to decide I need someone else to help me in the hip hop guru?
From the beginning. Holy. I mean, honestly, man, it's not where I want it to be yet because I have such like absurd visions and I want it to be really big, but it's never like I started it from nothing, you know. I just went on SoundCloud trying to find artists, and then over time, trial and error, trying to do one thing, learn the other thing. So I don't even know how I got here, man. I'm just a music fan at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true, man.
like,
That's how I feel. Feel the same way.
Yeah, I went to YouTube University. Shout out YouTube. Applying for my master's right now on YouTube.
Oh, buddy. This guy's the valedictorian of
Yeah.
university. Come on.
I had my own speech in my room, you know?
I gave it all to
He
you.
had the hat and everything, bro.
Yeah.
John, do you have a moment? Like, do you remember where you needed to like reach out more to people and stop doing it by yourself?
A moment where I had that, I guess maybe when I started making music, because I don't know how to produce, I don't know how to mix, I don't know how to engineer, I don't know how to do any of that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I know that I have good ideas, and that's about it, you know? So shout out to Osama, he helped me out with that, you know?
Yeah.
I guess that was the moment.
You really realize that like success and like not that money is success, but like money really only moves when you're dealing with people. You know what I mean? Like you have to deal with people,
Yeah.
whether that be like meeting them or going on Zoom, calling them, interacting with them, but you have to like interact with other people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I feel like a lot of like you said, a lot of people want to be known as that founder, the person who did it all, the guy who came from, like, you know what I mean?
by myself.
Yeah, it's like, yo, relax, buddy. Like, you know what I mean? We're not in our parents' times. Like, you can get help now.
Honestly,
Whether you did it by yourself or not, at least somebody helped you.
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Or
And
gave you an opportunity or whatever.
Yeah.
you know?
If you just claim only me, you're just an asshole, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
well, I want all the fame. Like, well, who cares?
Yeah.
But you're only good as the people around you, you know? It's, you big up. That's it.
But yo, why hip hop?
That's just, I love hip hop. I love hip hop and I love R&B, and that's what I listen to, you know? So,
Yeah.
Who started it then? Like for you, like to start listening to hip hop?
like, what's the first album I ever listened to,
Sure.
kind of thing?
That got you in love with hip hop. That's what it sounds like
Holy-
you're asking.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's a fantastic question. Jeez, I'm gonna sweat. I grew up listening to a lot of Kanye West, to be honest. A lot of
Nice.
Kanye West, a lot of Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, that was my guy for sure.
Jay-Z, Kanye West, a lot of Kanye West, Drake, you know, growing up. A lot of
I
obviously
said
little.
Drake growing up, bro. I was an adult when Drake came out.
Well, I was
Do you remember Still Fly
That's
though?
aging me right now.
I was in like, what is that, prep school, going into high school, and then Lil Wayne, you
Yeah.
know, Lupe Fiasco, The Cool, that album.
Skateboarding
that's my
album.
shit right there, bro. Skateboard.
Yeah, no, classic. And then you know, Wale, people like Rick Ross. When I could spend 14 hours doing this, you know, there's
Yeah.
just so many people, and you know, everybody has their own style, and I just loved that the side of storytelling. So listening to an artist tell a story, and you know, artists like Kendrick Lamar and stuff like that. So it's just I loved the whole concept of it being a visual story of life, you know. So that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, no, that's super dope. That's super dope. And I guess what is like the vision with the hip hop guru? Like, is there anything that you're thinking of that you're trying to hit?
Like, where do you want to take
Like,
it?
where do you want to take
Yeah.
it? Like, where do you want to go with it?
So right now we have 2 shows that are live. I want it to be so that it's like a network, you know. So it's on the level of like in Canada we have Bell Media, you know. I want it to be like a BET, you know, MTV, stuff like that. So we have multiple shows running, you know. I want it to be like a huge corporation where we also have like, it's like a Rolling Loud kind of thing, you know, seeing what they've done with the shows and then kind of going on towards the side
Absolutely.
of just so that it's so big that we're the most well-respected media company with the most positive and informative information possible, you know, and then just stuff to bring everybody together.
That's important. Like what you said is like you keep your content positive. Like, why is that? Because like we know nowadays the negative is what really gets the views. And
Yeah,
all that.
all those
And you know what I mean? So
like,
so
no offense to
so
all the Toronto blogs, but they're great. They
Negativity,
man.
they serve their purpose, but like
I ain't say
we're
nothing.
just not that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but why positive? Because honestly, for me growing up, we would watch the news with my family, like local news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You turn it on, we could turn it on right now, and there's it's all negative, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
all
the whole-
bad news.
You go lock the door.
Someone's dying. There's a
For
war.
bed, yeah.
Fucking inflation. Everything, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, as a consumer, why is that the first thing you see on TV? You know, it's like, so if just a smaller platform could try even in the slightest way to change that, you know, that's a positive note for society, you know.
Yeah.
So that's just, if we could do a little part of that, then you know we've done our job, and that was the goal.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now.
As much
Yeah.
as it is a passion for you, do you want to do impact in the industry?
These are heavy questions, man. We're so new to this, you know?
Mm.
So it's like, of course I want to impact in the industry. Absolutely. You know, like that's the whole goal, you know, leaving an impact, you know, so that 20, 30, 100 years from now, you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, people still remember what this is, because we're in an era where, you know, we listen to stuff and we stop listening to it the next week. So if
Fast fashion, everything.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. So,
Yeah.
and even like, yeah, fashion too, it's
Yeah.
in and out and in and out in phases. So it's like, if we can leave an impact, then we've done the good job, and that's a goal only one can pray for, you know. So yeah.
Just making timeless stuff, you know. They always say music is certain music is timeless, like it lasts forever, you know. We want to do that. We don't want to have one hit today and you forget about us next week, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
art, right? You wanna like the real art stays. Like, why are we still looking at the Mona Lisa, bro? Like, but like that's still there, and it's always gonna be there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's one of those things where it's like you guys are in the world of art as well. You know what I mean? Like sharing stories. Like that's
Yeah,
very
like for
artistic,
example,
bro.
50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
That's a timeless.
That video game was
timeless.
so
That's
sick,
an
bro.
imprint album. You're never gonna forget. We're gonna listen to it 50 years from now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. That's timeless, you know.
Yeah,
Music has there's no expiration for it, especially
And it's crazy because that was a story. It was a video game, a movie, and an album.
legendary, man.
Right?
Who
It was
else
a
has
brand,
video
bro. It was the
game
best
in their
rollout
life?
ever.
Yeah.
It's the best
Bro,
rollout.
that video
ever.
game was crazy, bro. You had to go up against the Colombians in the warehouse, bro.
Yeah.
It's wild, bro.
I want to
That was
ask.
your uncle, eh?
Yeah.
Recently, you guys actually did like a live event with Rory and Mal, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Rory.
That's huge, man.
How was the experience going through that? And then you said earlier that you like this live thing.
Oh,
Take us
first
through
of all-
that.
First of all, give me this. This guy set it up. He's the one. He's the reason we did that. You know, and
Yeah, shout out to Rory. I've been maintaining a relationship with Rory since about, I would say, 2016. He used to support 1111. You guys know the artist that I've been working with for the past however many years. He used to support his music on the podcast. You guys remember the Joe Budden podcast, right?
Yeah.
So the original podcast was Joe Budden, Rory, and Mal
Mhm.
before they separated.
Yeah.
And they used to always play 1111 stuff. So one day I just reached out. I'm like, hey guys, I'm working with 1111. Just want to say thank you. You know, you guys are playing his music on the pod and whatever, you know? And he emailed me back. Yeah, no problem, bro. Whatever. Let's connect. Well, whatever. And we just been being in contact here and there throughout the years. And we hit him up and we're like, hey, I know you guys are coming into town. We want to do an interview with the hip hop guru with Rory and Mal. And then they're like, yeah, for sure, whatever. And I'm just in Raba downstairs getting some stove top stuffing for Thanksgiving, you know? I'm just shopping, being fucking an idiot, you know? And I get a phone call. I answer the phone call and they're like, hey, you know what? Forget the interview. We want you guys to open up the podcast for us, the live. And I was like,
thought he was lying when he said that.
I was like,
yeah, right, man.
okay, sounds good. Fucking shitting my pants, bro. I'm already thinking of my introverted self on stage in front of people, you know? I'm like, this is fucked. You know what I mean? Like, how am I even going to do this? But I'm like, all right, yeah, fuck it. Scared money don't make no money. That's the saying, right? So I'm like, yeah, for sure. We're down. All nervous. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Sounds great. Immediately called this guy. I'm like, yo, Rory and Mal just asked it to open up. What the fuck? You know?
I was like, what?
Immediately, this guy's like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I was
and I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? I'm
Why?
like, it's your platform. You have to do it. What are you talking about?
No, he's the only reason I actually went on that stage. Yeah, originally I wanted to.
Immediately, we were thinking of other people. Like, we have some hosts that do some interviews and stuff.
Shout out Mucho.
Yeah,
obviously.
Mucho,
Killed
legend.
that.
Oh, Mucho
Yeah.
TV, right?
Yeah. Come on.
No, he's
everyone knows
hilarious. He's
Mucho TV.
hilarious.
Shout out to Mucho. And yeah, originally we were like, shit, who can we get to host? Because like we were nervous. Obviously, we're both introverted guys. You know what I mean?
Well, that was
You're the
my
man.
first time on stage.
Yeah,
Damn,
for
Really?
real.
Yeah, I was
And,
like, fuck. There's like. Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually kind of how that came about. It was super random. And shout out to Rory and Mal and Julian, Eden, the whole squad. You know what I mean? They
Everybody.
showed us mad love, and at the end of the day, they put us on. So I'm super grateful. That was an amazing opportunity. You know?
30 minutes we were on stage, you know, and it was just it was weird because we went on stage and I was like, I realized how many people were in the crowd,
Yeah.
and then I saw the lights. We sat down. It's like I blacked out.
Bro, I blacked out myself.
Yeah,
It was a high, man. It was a really good moment. I thought I was going to be super nervous. I think I was for like 30 seconds and then it immediately went away.
The thing I love is like the consistent like audience right now listening who've seen like Tennis Club and episodes, bro. Is like this guy's the plug, bro.
Yeah.
Like no, but honestly though, it's like the way you work like relationships, bro, is like it's like a mastermind. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you,
Like,
man. I appreciate
and that's a skill that I think is one of the rare skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it really is the one that takes you far, bro. So
For sure.
yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Because like
He's
my
the
whole
guy.
thing, like, yeah, like, you know, there's famous people, there's people that are plugged in this and that. But at the end of the day, right, they're just regular people. So I try and just like talk to them like we're normal, like we're buddies, like we're boys, we talking shit to each other, cracking jokes, and just, but also like throwing in like the work stuff as well, you know, just to like make sure they know I'm serious as well, you know. So I just treat them like normal people, and I feel like when I'm connecting and networking, they resonate with me well because they're like, oh, this guy's not getting weird around me, you know, he's just acting like I'm normal. So I feel like they kind of like, they respect me a little bit more maybe than someone else who's trying to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because I just talk like we're buddies or whatever, you know?
Yeah, no, everybody's just human at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
what I'm saying. We're
People
all
think it has to
regular.
be structured, like, you know.
We wake up in the morning, we take a piss, we brush our teeth, we take a shower. We all do the same shit every day.
Yeah.
We're the same, everyone, you know? So
Literally.
just treat people normal, you know?
I don't know why a a lot of people have that kind of perspective on famous people, like where they're shook, you know what I mean? But like you said, at the end of the day, they're real people. And this podcast actually taught me that. It's like, shout out to like, I don't know, our boy Chris Sky, bro. Just hilarious guy,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. Anytime I introduce,
bro, and then you just like a regular guy, bro. You're shirtless, just eating fucking steak.
anytime I introduce you guys, bro,
Chilling.
I always say, I'm like, yo, they're killing it. They interviewed Chris Sky. I always name drop that one.
But it's
that was
just
a legendary episode, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, man, we're all just out here living, bro.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we all have our things that we care about, and we're gonna do day to day, and that's
Yeah,
it. You know
man,
what I mean?
we're all the same at the end of the day. So
That's the thing, man. It's funny. People think that artists and celebrities and whatever it is they're like at a different level of like human, you know.
Yeah.
But everybody's just this human being at the end of the day. So it's like, you know, just because you have more fame or whatever it is, it's just, you know, you got feelings. If I kick you in the foot, it's gonna hurt the same as you know. So yeah.
Have you felt the, you know how everyone says you never want to meet your hero or like someone like famous?
I have I had one of those moments for sure. I don't know. Were you
You
asking
don't have
me
to
or him?
like, even to, if you don't have to out the name or whatever, if you don't
Just
want.
as a general concept, you don't want to though, because
Yeah.
you're gonna meet this person, they're gonna have a shit day. Maybe
Yeah,
for
that's all
example,
you're-
and
whether
then gonna hate
they're a
them.
jerk or whatever, they
Yeah.
might just be having a bad day,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow they're like the nicest person ever. You know what I mean?
But that's what you remember them as.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's
I
the
actually had
problem.
a moment like that. I can't remember. It was not this summer, but the summer before. I met an artist that I used to bump every single day. I met this artist, and they were just they just came off as such a douche. You know what I mean? Just a terrible person. Haven't played their song once since.
Jeez.
So yeah, you don't want to meet like your heroes. You know, it's kind of it might get weird sometimes.
Damn, that's interesting.
Have you guys had a situation where you met somebody you guys looked up to and then was either drawn in or thrown off?
I would say like probably like in the beginning when we first interviewed like Nima Naz, like that's when he was popping off in like COVID, like the comedian, right, on TikTok and stuff like that.
That's
so, like,
my guy, man.
So he was big.
That's my
I
guy.
love Nima Naz. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like that was like the first moment where like, okay, we're gonna sit down across someone who's like clearly has like a viewership. Like in the millions, you know what I mean? So it's like our faces are gonna be like on some clips, so like you kind of get nervous, and that's when I was like, but he was cool as fuck, bro. He was so chill, man.
Yeah,
he was
he
the
warmed
funniest
us
guy.
up and he invited us to do like a skit with him the next day. So like
Amazing.
it really took away from like the idea like, okay, this guy's famous. He kind of made us his friend because we were playing soccer with him too.
Yeah,
So like it was kind of
Yeah, I saw that.
it was
skit,
very,
that
like, you know,
London
it
skit,
was like
right? Yeah.
intimate, the idea where like he's like, yo, come play with us, like.
and he's
We're-
like opening up for Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
He's doing like huge things like
He just
that,
opened
you know
up
what I
how
mean?
he manned up.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I
bro.
didn't know
man.
he did those. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So he's a monster. So it's like one of those things where I think that was my like. Okay,
He's my
like,
favorite comedian in Canada.
Me
hands
too,
down.
bro.
For sure,
He's
I
going
would say
crazy.
that.
He's going
Yeah.
crazy.
And
Tricks
even-
is fire too. You guys ever heard of him?
Tricks. No, I know
Yeah.
Ryan Long. He's from
Tricks
Toronto.
is
Like,
fire, too.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, really
I've
big
dubbed my
out here
game on
too.
the comedian scene.
You got to, bro. Even too, I like interviewing comedians because it's very it's lax, right? And also too, I feel like they'll feed bits into you where you're just kind of like
it's all
you
about
gotta
the
go
bit.
with
That's
it,
all
right?
they
So-
care about. They're just trying to find a bit.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Roll with the punches kind of idea, and I feel like it just adds like to that layer of like comfortability in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's another art. You know what I mean?
No,
like
for
literally
sure.
creating a
That's the
joke
hardest
and a
one, though.
punchline and
Comedian? Because we were even on stage, right, doing the
Yeah.
podcast,
It was like half comedy.
and like I had like one joke with a nice punchline, but like I don't know if I could have done like a whole set of punchlines.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think comedy is even harder than music.
You
bro.
got to come correct, and you have to
Yeah,
be like,
it's
you know, it has to
crazy,
be
bro.
funny. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're gonna like be like, boo.
And like you might think
Yeah.
something's funny, but the crowd
Yeah.
will be like, "Oh, that was like weak," you know.
What did I say? I was like, yo, I wanted to walk on stage and be like, yo, I know I'm not cool enough to wear my sunglasses inside yet, you know. And then you're just like, yo,
Oh,
that's
that's sick. That's sick though.
I
That's
was
kind of
like,
cool.
yeah, I
me
don't know if that's
personally,
a
I'm
good
like,
one,
yo,
man.
that's funny as shit. But
I
then-
think I would've done it. You
In
should've
your
done
mind,
it.
it sounded amazing.
yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that, you know.
Oh shit.
Was there any
Head
takeaway
button
you guys
back.
had from like that event itself?
Wait, sorry, say that again.
Was there a takeaway that from the event itself that you had?
Oh yeah, well, for me, you know,
That I want to do more of these
That I
because it
wanna
was
do more.
fucking
Yeah,
a
no.
vibe. It was lit. And we
That's
also
dope.
had, I forgot to mention earlier, because I was telling about 1111, how they used to like support his music and play it on the pod, the Joe Budden podcast and shit. We had him come out and do a surprise performance
Oh,
that's
during
dope.
our thing. So
That's dope.
we came out, Bucho, he was moderating it. I said a little story. He said a little story. And then I'm like, oh, speaking of blah, blah, blah. We got 1111. He's going to come out. He did a performance. We did a little mini interview with him. And then we had a comedian, Marlon Palmer. You guys heard of him?
I think
That
I have,
dude
so.
McFly
I
on
don't think
Instagram?
so.
Yeah. I
I'm
have.
going crazy too.
Yeah, so we had him close out the set with like a little 5-minute comedy set.
Yeah.
He's
it's
first
funny.
as hell. So
I was literally
we kind of like, we kept the variety, you know? We switched it up. So we didn't want to make it too boring, you know?
How'd you find your community like took to that? Were they like super happy with it? Like they want you to do it more?
I had some friends that were in the crowd, and they literally all had positive things, you know. Because
Yeah.
for me, my mind always goes towards, you know,
Like,
I try to reach the highest pinnacle
trust me.
point, and then it's just like, you know, I think what didn't I do right, but then
I could have
just
done this, could have done that. Blah,
but it was
blah,
just
yeah.
a lot of reassurance that it was good.
Yeah.
So
I
now it's
had
like-
I literally had four different people, like not related to one another, reach out and be like, "Hey, do you want to start a podcast with me?"
Damn.
Really?
And I'm
Just
just
say
like,
that.
bro, you're fucking trying
Yeah.
to clout chase right now. Chill.
Yeah, easy now.
But also, we were at the Kid Leroy listening party the other day, and it was sponsored by Sony. They set it all up, and a couple of the guys that worked at Sony were like, "Yo, we were in the audience. That was amazing. Congrats on that." You know,
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, like to
so
what
humbling,
he
man.
said, yeah,
So
it was
humbling.
super humbling, and honestly, it was all positive feedback.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it just showed me that there's more possible to do, you know. So I was like, all right, it was reassurance that anything is possible, you know, because it's just until you've done it that you're like, okay, maybe I can do it, and then after that, you're like,
Somebody got shot. You guys hear those sirens?
Yeah, probably, guys.
We in
Yeah.
Toronto, so
Yes.
But yo,
Sorry
like,
to hear that.
no, you're good.
I kind of want to like,
ADHD.
keep it
right?
positive. Keep it positive over here, eh?
yeah.
Huh?
Keep it positive.
Yeah, I'm trying to. No one got shot. There's no
Yeah.
ops right now.
But no, I wanted to take it to like the growth of the platform. Both of you guys, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
how are you attacking content? Like, are you consistently posting like on a certain set schedule to make sure that you're growing on online platforms, or
Like on the social media.
social
page?
medias?
See, that's the thing, because it's just more on when creatives like juices flow to post, you know. So I wish it just to be more consistent sometimes, but it's just hard like balancing everything.
And like,
you
there's
know?
also like moments, right? Like, there might be like some crazy interview, and we take a clip and post it. So it's
Mhm.
like we saw that. Like he said, like depends on what's going on. You know what I mean? Creative juices and whatnot. So
Yeah.
we could just randomly post something out of the blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And how many people on the team?
We're at a solid amount of like 6 or 7,
That's sick, man.
but
Debatable.
but I can't name, like I can go name names, you know.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
But even like on some interviewers, you know, like going back to comedians, you know, Russia, she actually is the one who did the Jessie Reyes interview.
Shout out to Rasha.
Also recently she did the Fly on a Boss, and she there's new duo, and
Okay.
then
From where?
oh, see that
I think they're from like Michigan or something. I don't know
Maybe,
why I
yeah,
think that. Fly Annabelle.
sorry guys, I forgot. Yeah,
2 girls. They're
Okay.
they're
But they're-
killing it, bro.
but
The
they're
content
absolutely
and for
great.
music is
Michigan, so
crazy.
they're,
Look them up.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
We just
yeah,
interviewed them. Yeah.
That's pretty
So
dope.
we had
Okay.
we had her interview him. We have Mucho. He's one of our hosts.
they're them. The 2 girls. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing about the comedians is that like me personally, I think that they have an advantage because, you know, as a comedian you have to be quick to respond to
Yeah.
people in the
Yeah.
crowd. So
Yeah.
So
then
comedians are good at for doing hosts.
Rifting,
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
great at
Interesting.
rifting, and even too, it's like we've talked about it. It's almost a shield in some ways because like you're a comedian, you can say stuff and not necessarily like mean what you say. You know what I mean? You could be going for the bait. You could be chasing this.
Like, it's harder for you to get canceled. You're saying like you can kind of speak more freely. Yeah,
honestly, yes. Because like you do hide behind the guys. It's a joke.
Like,
You
I'm
know
just
what I mean?
joking. Like, yeah, it's
But
true.
it's a joke at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It is a joke.
And that's what the whole point is, right?
The
It's
purpose
like,
is to get someone to laugh. So you test the limits, right?
right? And that's why I think it's like why they're so quick. That's why it's a little more easier.
Yeah.
They don't have to articulate themselves to also like protect against their brand.
Yeah.
But yo, what would you guys say is the hardest part of like running an organization, a team of 6? Because once you're dealing with people, if it's more than like 1 or 2, it gets like tough. You know, communications, the running the team. Like, how do you guys deal with all that?
no, we have really good people around us, so it's never ever butting heads against anybody, you know. So and since we're so new, it's understandable that we're just starting. So everybody is so hungry to do what they're doing, and you know, shout out to everybody that wants to even be part of this team because you know,
Yeah, man.
I've lost my mind trying to have this vision, and then to see people actually want to be part of it, to me is just, you know, it's the most meaningful thing like in my life, you know, because it just means that people see the same
You
vision.
get imposter syndrome sometimes. You're like, yo,
Yeah.
do these people really want to help me out?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, what the hell? This is crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Have you always been like a visionary? Like, is this the first thing you started, or you always had little things you wanted to start when you're younger?
No, for sure. So since the moment I got out of the womb, that's when I had my first
was
idea.
he stole my terrible joke.
No, it's jokes. I don't know, man. Just I don't know. Just like grew up like just loving basketball and music. So it's like, you know.
He He also loves cars too. He sends me.
I love cars. I need a
Porsches every
Porsche.
single
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
But I also fucking hate talking about myself. I won't lie. So it's like it's weird to just.
Yeah.
Is
No,
there
fair
a
enough.
reason
Though.
behind it? Like, is there something like do you feel like you're gloating about yourself when you do it?
Yeah.
Or
I just don't like to. I don't know. It's just weird because for me it's like to start like bragging about myself. It's like there's always somebody that's done more. So what am I trying to accomplish? It's like it's the same thing with like designers' clothes. It's like if like this shirt's $25, Uniqlo, please give me a sponsorship. I would love that.
We need
Yo,
you.
Uniqlo, bro. I've been there, yo.
Oh, it's amazing.
sell good
I
shit,
have
bro.
my closet looks like there's 15 black shirts.
Yeah.
and white
Guy's
shirts.
the monochrome god, bro. Black and white, everything, bro.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. But it's like am I wearing, if this was like a Louis Vuitton jacket or something that's like $4,000, am I wearing it because I enjoy it, or am I wearing it because I want to show off to other people?
Yeah.
So
Like you're not trying to feed the ego at all.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's like, and ego is the one thing that'll always get you in trouble. Because
Facts.
you want to be the biggest in the room, but at the same time, it's like, are you doing that for yourself? Are you doing it for other people to like you?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then that's a whole nother conversation.
How was like the support from like the close people around you, maybe family and friends, when you first were like, I want to do this head on, like this is what I want to do?
You're crazy.
Yeah, no. much love to my family and friends, but it was the people that I never met really that showed me the most love first, and that was a hard thing to really kind of.
That's a hard truth you got to understand.
Exactly.
When it comes
Tough
to
pill to
creative
swallow, right?
game, it's different.
Because
People
you
were
think,
like,
yeah,
why don't you just go get like a career and a 9-to-5 and chill and settle down and this and that? But it's like, if I do that, I'm probably gonna jump off the balcony and kill myself.
no, that's the thing, man. No,
That was super dark, but you get
Yeah,
it.
but no, like I get it, bro.
Depressing.
But it's like not a lot of people in this life get to do what they love, and that's a blessing not many people have. So, and a lot of
We're
people
getting
quit.
deep. I'm taking the glasses.
I don't know, fuck the
don't cry though, eh?
But a lot of people aren't able to see their vision in its full blossom, So it's like, and you have to be really crazy about what you're doing to believe in it, to see it through, because there's going to be such a long period of time where you're doubted by everybody, but you have to believe that what you're doing is the right thing, and it could take you years and years and years to reach that peak of it being even it's something that you can even live off of. So until that point, you just have to really be crazy.
And back to the ego thing. Like, we were talking about ego earlier. It's bad, like a lot of times. But in this situation, having an ego is good because you really believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And you're like, nah, I'm the shit. I'm gonna kill it. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to have that on that side of the ego thing. It's really good.
Yeah, like your own self-talk. Like when you're hyping yourself up, like, I can do this. Like
life is about balance,
or
man.
like you do something crazy. Let's say we did Rory and Mal, and we're like, nah, we're gonna do our own show, and it's gonna be even bigger. You know what I mean? Like that's a good ego.
Yeah,
for sure. But always showing love and respect to the people that first gave a shot an opportunity. So it's like, but at the same time, you have to believe in yourself. So if you have no ego, it's like balance. If you have no ego, then you're gonna never do this. But if you do have too much, then it's like people won't respect you. And then it's just a
balance in everything, right?
Yeah.
Did the people, the close ones, come around after once you like kind of like proved the set in stone, or are you still trying to prove yourself? You find
I had some people say we didn't see your vision at the beginning, and then it was it was not something that was believed in at the beginning, but
now we're like, oh, okay, yeah.
But at the end of the day, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like if they didn't believe in it, does that make me want to stop? I don't care about the validation of other people unless it's my family or friends that are in my day-to-day circle, So I'm actually glad they said that, because it pushed me to say, fuck you, I want to go harder.
Even harder, you know what I mean? Yeah. Trust. Yeah.
That's funny, but my mom always goes, so you guys make any money from the podcast yet? I'm like,
that line
is this is the funniest line, bro. Latina mothers, like, when is the
I shot photos at the Toronto Argonauts, the football CFL game, right? And I'm like, we have a family group chat.
Yeah.
And I sent a picture. I'm like in the stadium. I'm like shooting Toronto Argonauts today. First thing, my mom, I don't know if it was my mom or dad, they paying you?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. like
I'm not telling
yeah,
you whether they
they're-
paid me or not, but
well, like they're paying me with the opportunity to
Yeah.
show my skill, content, like
no,
and that's
maybe,
the stuff,
maybe
the
they do
valuable
pay me.
stuff.
Who knows? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say
Yeah, exactly.
just because you asked that question. I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
Just like just turn off.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
just say, "Oh, that's dope" or something. You know, like why can't people just do that? You know?
Yeah,
I think the hardest part is for them to rationalize that could be a career. You know what I mean? A lot of them think it's like
people
you got-
don't understand. I'm sorry,
No,
ADHD.
go.
I'm cutting you off. People don't understand because it's not something they can picture in their mind. You know, it
It's
seems
also
like unfathomable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Such a new industry, yeah.
That's why they respond like that. Because
Yeah.
I couldn't do that, so you can't do it. You know what I mean?
And I think also it's like we're in the pioneer lane of this stuff. Like this wasn't around before. It was like radio. Now it's podcast. Now it's social media. And like for them to understand that, it's like they're years behind. Us, we grew up in the time where the internet came around.
Okay, you know what's crazy? And not to cut you off.
No,
one of the
That's
highest.
what ADHD people.
You know,
do.
bro,
Just because we're already ahead.
all
of you.
these ideas.
We know what you're gonna say.
Fortune tellers
Shut the
over
fuck
here.
up.
Eh?
I'm talking.
One of the people, the highest earners on YouTube, and it's been like this for years. Do you know who it is?
So if I go, it's Beast.
Mr. Beast, I think.
But then
yeah.
there's a little kid that's really up there who does the toys.
Yeah,
he
that
does
kid's
toy
going
reviews.
crazy.
Ryan's tour reviews.
And then who else is another good?
He's gonna buy his parents a mansion or something. Like-
Eric or something like that.
I'm not sure, but the kid with the toys is
Yeah.
the thing. The parents got the kids to open toys. I don't remember because I remember showing my little brother getting the YouTube for kids because he wasn't allowed to have YouTube for
Yeah.
And
When
then,
YouTube
and then
was
he's like
YouTube.
watching the videos, and then I was like, "How much money do they make off this?"
Yeah.
And it was like $18 million, and I'm just
Jeez.
like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn!"
Really?
But then that just opens up the lane of like, "Yo, if that kid could do that, why can't other people do that?"
Yeah.
But
Bro,
that's
you
the
can-
social media era too.
If you have even just a phone and a Wi-Fi connection, there's no excuse. You can go to McDonald's and get free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You can do
Straight
anything
up.
you want.
But you know how much like amazing ideas have just died off because people were just like not even thinking of
They're
taking
ma-
a step.
Yeah.
Like imagine we
They're
could have had the
making
cure for
excuses why
cancer.
they
We could
can't
have
do
had
it,
so
you
much
know?
things, but people would just like didn't go ahead and like finish it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even start it.
Absolutely.
It's crazy, bro.
No,
It's
real
wild.
shit. And also to go back to the money thing, money will help you. The biggest thing with money is that it'll allow you to have more doors open because it gives you more possibility to do more.
Yeah.
you
More
know?
options.
Yeah.
and-
That's it.
More
a
financial
tool.
flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And like you said that though, because like there's a stigma, more money, like more problems, blah, blah, blah. But no, like money is not a bad thing, man. Like you said,
You need it to live.
You need it. You got to
need
keep
it.
afloat, bro. Like
Trust
you got to have that. Like my real estate coach, he told me, what did he say to me? He was like, money solves all problems in business. And it's
100%,
true, though.
100%.
Because then you could market more. You can get this product, add another service. Like, like you can keep on going. But it's true. I like that. Because like usually people are like the opposite, money doesn't matter. But it's
No,
like,
straight up. It's like it's like the free trial period. You're able to do something until the money runs out, and then you have to pay for the full thing.
yeah, facts.
But obviously that trial period, until you're hit with that time, different people have more blessings and more abilities to wait longer. you
Yeah.
know?
And are you guys selling merch right now? Like the Guru?
Right now we have this hat, but it's a 101. It's a $1 bajillion. I think I priced it at the other time. No,
It has his sweat in the inside, so
Oh,
it's really
shit.
worth a lot.
Yeah.
this one is very near to my heart. But
That's dope.
we're gonna release merch soon. Trying to
Absolutely,
really
man.
lock down to have it the best quality and all that. And
How'd you get the name the Hip Hop Guru?
so the whole
Hold on,
concept.
let me stop you there.
No, go ahead.
Have you not heard how calm this guy is? He's
Yeah, he's
literally
definitely.
like-
Cool. But I want to
Guru.
like, did they give it to him or did
I'm
he
like-
choose it?
Me and him are like we're the same.
Polar
we're very
opposite.
same, but we're very opposite.
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
fucking intense and like, you know what I mean? And he's like,
Is your yin to
he's
your
the
yang?
chilla- he is the guru. You feel me?
I respect.
You're the man.
But how did I get the name? So I just started the platform, and the whole concept was if I find good music and I put it on a channel, it's like that's the most well respected lane of platform. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna name it Guru because Guru is what Guru is.
Yeah.
But just
Guru puts people on. They teach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Hip Hop Guru, just that's the place where everybody goes to respect the selection and whole overall concept.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Guru is there's a health guru, this guru, so it's like it's a very generic and a really crazy name to name. And looking back at it, I'm like, damn, that's
It's a very
crazy.
egotistical name.
It's a heavy
Full of himself.
It's a heavy title.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope though. It works. It sounds like it just flows. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Really, for real.
Yeah, for
Oh, I love the name. I was a fan of the platform before I even knew him personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Respect, brother.
I find like that's the best thing when you're a creator and like someone just goes, yo, like I seen your content, like you don't even know, you're just like, yo, fuck good, bro. Like,
That's basically what it was.
Let's celebrate. Like,
Oh, it's go ahead.
Go.
No, go.
No.
you hang up.
Love you first. I love you more. You know?
That's funny.
What was I gonna say?
Oh
Yeah, I was gonna say because I was a fan of the platform first, right? And then he followed me and he's like, oh, I saw you interviewed Mac Miller, and he was like, that's dope. And I'm like, oh, I saw you did this. That's dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, just mutual respect. I think we were talking about that earlier, but that's basically how we came to just fucking with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What? Oh, go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, what would you say is like the three hardest things in building a platform that big? You know what I mean? Like you do have like 125,000. I'm not trying to boost your ego, bro, because I know you're a calm guy. But like I'm just genuinely curious of like the pain struggles that you had to go through. You know what I mean? Like to get that reach.
The biggest thing is just believing in yourself, and understanding that what you have as a vision is people might not see it, but you have to believe in yourself to the point that you're crazy. Because I always say, like, you're only crazy until it works and you're a genius.
Yep.
And then people will praise you after that, so believing in what you're doing is the most important thing. And then staying consistent, because you might have a good product, but it's like with marketing, if you put these sunglasses in the middle of the desert and it's the best quality in the world, nobody will see what it is, so with consistency, doing it over a long period of time and having more time to build on the craft, get it better over time, see what works, what doesn't work, and then just grow on that. Consistency, staying consistent and doing that.
Obviously, believing in yourself and consistency. That obviously those are the two top things you need when you're trying to build something for yourself. Your own name.
Mm-hmm.
But it also helps when 50 Cent and Jarule have beef on one of your posts.
Oh man, that was crazy. Hot in Here Festival.
Hot in Here Festival in Toronto this summer was actually a vibe. That's where I met Akon.
Oh,
crazy.
He did the 50 Cent Jarule. Tell him a story about that, man.
Oh man, so first of all, this guy was on the stage absolutely killing it, taking photo. He had this super viral one of Carrie Hilson.
Yeah.
She shared his post actually.
Jarule
shared it.
Chingy.
This coolest one in my opinion, Rick Ross.
Oh, that was my favorite one.
Crazy.
The Bel Air, yeah.
Put on the song "Stay Scheming," one of the greatest songs of all time.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
That
then
was crazy.
no, crazy. But you were literally on stage, man. That was probably the coolest moment. One of the coolest moments.
Yeah, so tell him about the 50 Cent and Ja thing.
So the post, yes.
So Ja was actually at the festival performing for those who weren't
Ja
there.
too. That was a really cool one. And then Ja was on the stage. He came on stage, and it was like a skit where he was on a stretcher, and then it was like, I guess the whole thing was like reviving the career kind of thing, because he
was acting like he was dead on the stretcher with the ambulance coming out. There was like a paramedic and everything. And
I remember that.
And then all of a sudden he sits up and he's like, "I'm back." You know what I mean?
And then he goes crazy and does his set. And then so I posted the video, and then I noticed that it like went the numbers went up for the views, and I was like, what's going on? Somebody must have posted it. I look at all these different hip hop websites and stuff like that.
All the big blogs are posting it.
All of them.
Whatever platform you name, they were sharing it.
That's dope.
On a side note, I was like, yo, you never know what's gonna blow up too, so you have to post everything, because it might be this, it might be that, but
anything can work.
they're posting it, talking about how he went on the stage and this and that. And then people started commenting 50 Cent.
Adding 50 Cent, 50 Cent, 50 Cent, 50 Cent, every
jokes,
second,
bro.
And I was like, oh, this is not good.
Oh, man. We're doing our mission.
The whole point is to post positive stuff. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And then there were so many comments. I was like, all right, this guy's going to see it eventually.
Yeah.
And then I see on 50 Cent's page a screenshot from, I think it was XXL from their post. And then he was like...
Ja Rule's back at it again.
And I was, but much love to Jarule, but it's like it was just funny,
Yeah.
Did you think about taking it down? Because like your image is positivity, but that's like the opposite.
That's a good question. No. Yeah.
You know what though? At the end of the day, it's beef. These guys have been beefing since literally 2002 or something.
It'll never end.
So it's like,
I don't know.
At this point, it's not like completely positive, but it's funny. You know what I mean?
And I think like
imagine like I'm thinking about two old retired guys. They're like 80 in their wheelchairs. they're just talking shit to each other. Grumpy old men. It's like a movie from back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's those guys.
But the original post was meant to be positive.
That's why it's like it was like Jarule comes out on a stretcher. It was
Yeah.
like it was like, oh, a guy's doing a performance and he's actually putting some thought into it.
Yeah.
Doing like, you know, a little bit of acting, whatever. It's like, oh, he's doing something
Yeah, it's dope.
outside of the everyday.
It's kind of culture, right?
Yeah.
I remember seeing that clip. Like, I
Yeah.
did see that, and people were just
See?
like,
It's literally like, and then it's just on the thing, and it has no negative annotations.
Yeah.
you
No,
know?
no,
So it's
he's
like,
just saying like Jarule came out on a stretcher, like he's
there
doing
he
something
gets
cool.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and then that's it. And he starts
It's kind of
performing.
sick.
That's
It's kind of
super-
sick. It
yeah.
is kind of sick.
That was it. Yeah.
That's,
And a lot of people got that video, but he got like the best angle.
Yeah.
I was literally at the stage, like right in front, and I had like the thing right there, you know, and I was like, I don't know if I could even see it. I'm watching it through the phone screen.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And then
But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not really our mission, you know. What had happened outside of that had nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
You feel me?
because
Yeah.
if it was a post
Yeah.
that was like, yo, this person beats with this person on stage, it would be different.
Yeah.
But it was literally just his performance, so there was nothing wrong with
Yeah, it wasn't like Jarule, you're such a cheesy guy. What kind of acting was this or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It
that'd
was
be
nothing
bad.
like
That'd
that.
be bad.
I
Yeah.
like that 50 just responded. Like he just keeps that beef going.
These guys are they're gonna beef until they're like 100 years old.
That's
It's
so true.
hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Interesting. 50 did post that thing on his page, and then he like removed it. So that was a thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever
That's
actually had,
interesting. I actually didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
crazy.
jokes. have you ever had to remove a post like because you're like, okay, it's not really aligning?
Not really, because I wouldn't
Oh.
post it if it was kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there was, it really kind of gets removed just because of music. If it has music and it's copyright, you know, then
Yeah.
that's it. But in terms of beef related stuff, no, really, I don't even watch that. So
Yeah.
or-
So when the post came before 50 came, did you guys try to like link up with him when he was here at all? Or
Pause. Yeah, I don't know. I no, of course, for Linky with 50, I tried
Yeah,
really
yeah.
hard, but it just the timing, it wasn't possible, you know. And he's really hard, you know. That's one of those people that I think that if that were to happen, a 50 Cent interview,
Yeah.
I wrote the thing still. I have a
Yeah.
full written 50 Cent interview.
We have
Yeah.
a bunch of interviews like on the computer.
like
that
prepped and ready for
Yeah,
when you see
like,
them?
That's
Yeah.
sick, man.
Oh, that's
we thought
dope.
maybe we could have interviewed them, but
Yeah.
they
Because we're
it just never worked out or whatever. But just to show you, like we're always prepared whenever there's a moment. You know?
oh, straight
Yeah.
up. Because that, no, go ahead.
I just want to know who's on the list.
Who's on the list?
Yeah.
Everyone, bro.
So
Jay-Z.
it's like people who are touring. Because the thing too is, since we're so new, we'll be on standby for interviews.
Yeah.
So it's like it might happen, it might not happen, but just it might happen. So, you know, just to be prepared if they say yes a couple hours before, you know, we're here to stay, you know. We're trying to prove ourselves worthy. And, you know, it takes
straight up.
stuff like this to show up and be there to, you know, prove why we want a seat at the table kind of thing,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because
'Cause those chances don't roll around often, bro. You gotta
that's what it
take
is.
it. You
Because
got to.
like you have to have that same hunger for your whole life. You know, it doesn't matter if you're at the highest level. You know, you could somebody else new is gonna come, like with Blockbuster or Netflix. You know, it's like they had the biggest thing, and then
Yeah.
eventually Netflix tried to sell themselves to them, and then it didn't work because they said no, and now look what happened.
Terrible
Yeah.
mistake on Block.
Yeah.
Literally.
Wow, bro.
Friggin',
Wow. But yo,
what was your original question? You were talking about 3 things about.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like the 3 things, like I guess like the growing pains of growing such a big platform.
Yeah,
or,
so,
putting in that like
mhm.
you know.
Yeah, he said believing in yourself and consistency. I'm
Mhm.
gonna piggyback off the consistency part. Yeah, so I started my YouTube channel in 2018 when I dropped my first song,
Mhm.
and it literally took me 5 years to hit 1K, 1,000 subscribers. So, and then about what was it, a month or 2 months ago now, maybe a month and a half ago,
Yeah,
I
month,
had
2
a
months.
I had a YouTube short video that hit 31 million.
Damn.
So it's like
Insane.
consistency, you know. It took me 5 years to hit 1K, and then from hitting 1K to a month and a half, I went from 1K to I'm now 37.6K. You know
That's
what I'm
wild,
saying?
bro. I remember
insane.
seeing his stories 15,
Yeah.
20. I'm like,
I
this
know,
guy's
bro.
gonna
You know
stop,
what?
bro.
I knew I was being annoying, and I'm sure people are like, "Oh my god, like fuck,
No, man,
what a
you
pointless
know,
post." But I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm like, I want to show you guys how
Yeah.
crazy this is.
This guy was
because-
doing this cool thing too, where every 1,000 he went up, he was using a different basketball.
Yeah,
player's
would have like a
jersey.
jersey. So
Yeah.
it's
Through two,
It was
through
dope.
like,
three.
Shaq, what Shaq's 32,
34,
right?
I think. 32 or 30. Oh my god.
I think
no,
his first number was 32, and then he
32
did
in the
36
Lakers.
at one point.
My
Whatever.
goodness. Sorry,
So I
Shaq.
was
I
just
forgot.
like, yeah, I was just putting
Yeah.
up a jersey and then putting a K beside it. You know.
But no, I think it's good, bro, that you posted, because the people who are in your same kind of like wavelength or who like have the same mentality are like, all right, yo, like,
Yeah,
okay,
bro.
let's do it. Like, you know, we're happy for you.
You guys
We're
know
amped.
I've been doing my thing since 2011. you
Yeah,
know,
bro,
when I
for
had
real.
my blog and was doing interviews and stuff. So it's like at the end of the day, taken me 12 years to gain this amount of audience.
You never know.
Essentially. That's not overnight. Like,
Yeah.
I'm obviously not at the level I want to be. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty happy about where I'm at right now.
It's just
you know?
funny with
Yeah.
growth, eh? It's just
Yeah.
like so like this, and
Oh.
then it's like all at
Mhm.
once. It's like
Oh, it went
I don't know.
crazy,
You
bro.
never know.
Yeah.
I was literally refreshing it, and it was going up by like 250 subscribers a second, bro.
Yeah.
It was going
Remember
insane.
this guy sent it and he's like, yo, 100K. I'm like, damn, that's insane. And then
Bro.
it's like 400. And I'm like, yo, it's going to be 1 million by the end of the
Yeah.
week. And then he refreshes it, sends it to me. And then it's like 4 million.
Bro, my views were
Wild,
going
bro.
so fast on this video that YouTube couldn't even keep up. They're like, congratulations on 5 million, 5 million views. And I'm like, YouTube, relax. I'm at 15 million now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Catch
You're
up,
late.
you know what I mean?
That was crazy.
It was
Jokes,
crazy,
yo.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess one question that we have for both of you, I guess we'll start with you and then you.
Yeah.
Is your child child self happy with who you are right now? Like the person that you were when you were younger. Would they be
That's
happy with where you are now?
Whoa, that's a deep question.
That's crazy.
That's a good question. That's holy. You know what? My God. Growing up, I wanted my dream as a kid was to be playing basketball.
You wanted to be
know?
a rapper, don't lie, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to, control the mic. No, so, but I say, yeah, because you're always that same person. It's not like you reach. It's like you're the same person at your core. You just learn more along the way, and then you just gain more in the journey of life. So for me to say if I'm, yeah, because I never put a ceiling towards what I want to accomplish. It's a tough question.
But you knew you wanted to do something for yourself.
But I knew I wanted to do something for myself, and I always felt like I had such big aspirations and dreams, and it was just hard to see them become a reality. But all it takes is one win, and then it's like a domino. Then you can start really pushing it forward.
Yeah.
So that's a really good question, man. Because money and all this shit, it helps you do shit. So
yeah.
but that's not the root of happiness in life, because it's just the people you're around. And I could just be rambling on, so I'm gonna let you go for that one, because I don't even know. That's a good question.
No,
I
but
have the answers,
yes
and I
and
have the
no still, no?
receipts.
Mhm.
My childhood self would definitely be happy. There's this picture of me my dad took, and I got
With
the
the
headphones
headphones.
on. I'm like
Amazing.
bumping the track. I don't know if you can see that,
That's
but
dope.
this is me as a child. So yeah, I'm obviously super into music at
Mhm.
like, I don't know, 3 years old or whatever that is.
Yeah.
And we're doing this music thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any way we can. I like to write music. We're working on the platform together behind the scenes. I've shot music videos. I've done anything that has something to do with music. I just want to be involved, So
And bro, like that's special that you both like said yes in a way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
that's really special because like what made us think about like this question is we had an influencer come on, Sarah Ferrugia, and she said she's like, they say that like during your childhood that's what you really like to do. And
Yeah.
if you could come back to doing something similar as an adult, like that's like real enjoyment from the core. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's fucking dope, boys. Like honestly,
yeah.
I fucking
Yeah.
love that.
In a way, you guys won that in life already. So
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, man, I've been super broke before and stuff like that, but I've been doing my creative thing, and I've been even happier than times where I've had money and being more successful, like
Mhm.
superficially and financially. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
anything else? Like,
What about you guys? You guys,
damn. So we're being interviewed now. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like, I'm happy where I'm going towards. Maybe not exactly right now, but every
So
day.
work in progress. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like every day I wake up and I'm closer and closer to where I want it to be. So yeah, I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say yeah too for two reasons. So like my aunt, when she would always babysit me when I was younger, she'd always say, "Yo, this guy doesn't shut up." You know what I mean? Like he doesn't shut up. He talks too much.
Let's
He's a good kid. He's polite, but he always has stuff to say.
Yeah.
So like it just
You're
kinda-
inquisitive, bro. That's a
yeah. So
compliment.
so that's like I feel like it kind of relates to this. And then I also have a video of like my older brother took a video of me when I was like 6, and I'm like, one day you'll see this face on camera. Did I think it was gonna be a podcast or a YouTube? But no. But like it's like yeah, like I feel like I am like living up to that. I would hope so. You know,
Mhm.
I guess time will tell. But yo,
You guys are doing
let's
your
wrap.
thing. No,
let's wrap it up
you've been
there,
digging
though.
us up this whole time. You guys are doing your thing.
No, I
Congrats.
appreciate that,
Appreciate
brother.
you guys.
Both
Yeah.
you guys, David behind the scenes, you guys
Yeah.
are killing it, man.
But yeah, no, let's
Great
wrap it
job.
up there. Anything else though you guys want to get off your chest or promote from your platforms or?
Plugins,
Go
anything.
ahead, how about you?
This guy has this insane song that's gonna change the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, whatever.
When's
If
it
you're
dropping?
gonna
man?
do that and put me on the spot.
When's it dropping?
Yeah, I have this one song that I really love. I haven't dropped in a while. Been working behind the scenes with this guy and stuff, as you guys know. I do have a song. It's called Writings on the Wall. We just got the final mix back. I'm not dropping it until the whole campaign is set and everything like that. But yeah, that's the next thing I'm going to be dropping 1,000%.
It's an important one. Real message behind it.
Yeah, and there's a message behind it. You know what I mean? All my other music's kind of been more fun and party, dance, whatever vibes, you know. But this one is a very important message. It's a mental health. It's about struggle. It's about addiction. It's about, you know, just the tough parts about life. It has a really good message to it. So I can't wait to drop it. Yeah.
Dope, bro.
It's important, this one. Yeah, for sure.
Dope. All right, yo. Let's
Yeah,
wrap it up
that's
there.
it,
Yo,
man.
appreciate your time, boys.
That was
Honestly.
good, no?
Yeah, appreciate it.
As always, bro.
Straight up. Straight up.
We got to give a shout out to our special guest.
Oh,
Mike
man.
Tyson.
Crazy right now. This
That's
is
Shout out
wild.
to Mike and my cousin Michelle, who got me that as a gift, and Patrick. Yeah.
That's legendary gloves right there.
Shout out the fam.
We're out.
All right,
Yeah.
peace.